What's up guys, I'm Kai, hope you're doing well, and in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about my double recessive projects that I have going on for the 2021 season and how I managed to turn $1,000 to what would be $10,000. So make sure you stick around, you're watching Lucas Landon Royals. Alright guys, so if you were drawn in by the thumbnail and title, chances are you don't have a problem with the business side of this industry. I mean, if you think about it, if you purchase an animal, somebody else had to sell it and make a profit off of it, or somewhere in the past an animal was sold and somebody made a profit off of it. It's just kind of common sense. I do think that nowadays is more accepting to talk about the financial aspect of it. So I hope nobody gets too upset about this one. I am going to put the chapters down in the description. So if you don't want to see a certain portion of it, just use the chapters to skip over that section. Now, in the last video I posted up, it was about how to start a recessive ball python project. Put a link to that right up here so you guys can check it out. But I figured the next step up would be to work on double recessive projects. So I want to talk a little bit about the couple of the double recessive projects that I have going on this season. And I think I have a pretty good chance of making more double visuals or making double visuals. And with one of those double visual projects, I realized I produced a clutch that was worth over $10,000 and I didn't even know it. I was completely clueless. But anyway, let's start off with my Axanthic Pied project. So I've been trying to make Axanthic Pieds for some time now, and it all started with this one female. Right here is the Axanthic Pied, and this has been a long journey because she's the only Axanthic that I've used in this project, and she's the Pied, and the male that I started out with was also a Pied. And I'm not going to talk about all the previous seasons and breedings that led up to this point because it's just going to make this video too long and boring. The net is that I got a Pied het Axanthic from all those breedings, and so this guy is going to go breed back to the Axanthic Pied. Now the chances of producing an Axanthic from this pairing is 50-50. The chances of producing a Pied from this pairing is 50-50. So that means the chance of producing a double visual is only 25%. Now 25% may seem a little bit low, but this is actually the best breeding that I could hope for without using a double visual, because like I said, a quarter of the clutch will be double visuals, or statistically anyway, but the rest of the clutch would either be Axanthic, 100% heifer Pied, 100% heifer Axanthic, or double het Axanthic Pied. I don't have to deal with any pos het, 66% hets, so that's a good thing because it takes all the guesswork out of it, unlike how I approached my Dreamsicle project. I started with a pastel pied het for Lavender. This came from Justin Kabelka, and you can see she is really big. She did take the last season off, which is a good thing because that means, well, at least I'm hoping, it means that she'll have more eggs this season. 2 seasons ago, she was bred to a pied het Lavender, also from Justin. So that means out of the clutch, everything that is not Lavender is 66% het for Lavender. So there is going to be some guesswork, but I did manage to hit on a double visual Lavender Pied, or also known as Dreamsicle. And this boy, who is hopefully big enough and mature enough to be bred back to the pastel pied het for Lavender, and that would drastically increase my odds from 25% to 50%, so doubling my chances to produce more Dreamsicles. Now, if you don't have a good base to start with, say like using Axanthic het Pieds or Pied het Lavenders, then you have to make your own double hets, which is what I had to do. About 4 years ago, I saw a picture of an Axanthic Desert Ghost, and I just knew I had to have one, but there wasn't any around. There weren't any Axanthic het for Desert Ghost or Desert Ghost het for Axanthic at the time. There were some double hets, however, but because it was at the beginning of the breeding season and I already had the ingredients to make double hets, I decided to make them myself. So I started with a pastel Desert Ghost. This guy isn't looking his best right now. He did make a mess in his tub, so a lot of that cocoa husk stuff is kind of dust and fibers or whatever is sticking to him. But this is the pastel Desert Ghost, and that's all he is. There's no Axanthics here at all. And I believe I purchased him for about $450 plus $50 for shipping, so that came out to be $500. And I paired him to my pinstripe Axanthic, who happens to be in shed right now, so she's not looking her best at all. But very similar to her is my spider Axanthic, so this is the spider Axanthic. Just imagine instead of the spider, it being pinstripe. At the time when I purchased the pinstripe Axanthic, she was about $500, which included shipping off of somebody who was trying to downsize and also moving his collection. So that was the reason for the downsizing. So when I bred them together, I produced a clutch with 8 hatchlings. I actually have a video or a couple videos, but I'll post one of them up here so you can go and check that out. Total of 8 hatchlings altogether, 4 males, 4 females. There were 2 classic double hets, 3 pastel double hets, and 3 lemon blast double hets. And if you look at the price of double het females on Morph Market, it's a little shy of $2,000 for a hatchling. And the girls that I have here now, well, you can take a look at this one, is a pastel double het, and she's hovering about 1,200 grams right now. So she's pretty close to breeding size. Maybe she can go if she keeps eating well and put on some more weight. And I also have her sister, which is a lemon blast double het, and she is right now just 100 grams bigger. But 100 grams isn't that big of a deal. It's like one bowel movement. So at some point when they do get to breeding size, I will be putting them to this lemon blast double het male that I have growing up. I also have another pastel double het male that I'm holding on to, which is just going to serve as a backup just in case the lemon blast double het doesn't want to go for whatever reason. I definitely don't want to miss out on any breeding opportunities, especially since I've been waiting 4 years. And just to make it abundantly clear, that's the clutch that is worth over $10,000. And if I had kept all of them, they probably would be worth even more because they would be bigger. I did end up selling half of the clutch. The most recent sale that I made was a classic double het female, which was hovering about 1,000 grams, sold her for just shy of $2,000. So I think that was a really good deal on whoever bought those other 3 in the years prior, because I definitely didn't know how much they were worth, and I let them go for a fraction of the price. Just to clarify, I'm not telling you to chase the money or only work on projects that have high price tags. Quite the opposite. I'm telling you to work on what interests you the most. That way you stay with it and you stick with it. I purposely included my other double recessive projects in this video to provide you some comparison and some context. This is classic tail wagging. The one that's doing the wagging is the yellow-bellied pied female. This is just her way of letting the male know that she is interested. And you can see the male, which is the Dreamsicle that I showed you earlier. He is going to hopefully breed with her. And this is going to further my Dreamsicle project, trying to get more codoms into the mix. This season, I'm trying to get Yellow Belly and Orange Dream into the mix. Anyway, the Axanthic Pied project and the Dreamsicle project, I'm much further along with those, but their clutches are not worth $10,000. I feel like I just stumbled upon the Axanthic Desert Ghost project, and just the way the market is moving, that's probably why the prices of those double hets have skyrocketed, and they just happen to be worth 10 times more than the initial investment of the male and female I used to start that project. And if you're looking for financial advice, this is not the place. So that about wraps it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel and you want to be informed of future uploads, make sure you're subscribed and ring that notification bell. As always, thanks for watching. Please share, and I'll see you guys next time.